Chances are you use it every single day, and you probably don't even give it a second thought. But behind that simple tap of your toll pass or that quick data top-up, well, there's a surprisingly powerful system at work. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the prepaid account.
So think about it. Have you ever just breezed through a toll booth with the pass? Or, added more data to your phone when you were running low? If you have, you've already used a prepaid account. It's a really simple idea, right? You pay now for a service you're going to use later.
At its heart, a prepaid account is just that. It's a model where you pay in advance, and that creates this little pool of credit for you. Then, every time you make a call, surf the web, or drive through that toll, you're just drawing from that balance. It is the classic pay-as-you-go system. Okay, so how does the system actually keep track of it all? Well, every single prepaid account is built on this unique digital blueprint. You can think of it as a digital ID. That's kind of like the brain of the whole operation.
This blueprint, it's really the master data that makes everything work. Think of it like a digital key that securely links three super important things: you, the customer, the service that you're buying, and of course, the money that you've already paid.
And what's really fascinating here is how these three components have to mesh together perfectly. First, there's you, the customer. That's your unique ID. Second, there's the business agreement. This sets all the rules of the road, your plan, your pricing. And third, there's the prepaid account itself, which holds your funds. Now, if any one of those links breaks, the whole thing just falls apart. This perfect connection is what guarantees your money goes to your account and that you get charged exactly the right price. Okay, so the system knows who you are. Got it. But once you've handed over your money, how does that cash actually turn into a service that you can, use? Well, the key concept here is something called an allowance. See, the system doesn't just see your payment as cash, it actually converts it into a service credit. This allowance is a specific amount of a service you now get to use, whether that's gigabytes of data or miles on a toll road. And this is the exact mechanism that puts you in complete control of your spending. And this flow, it happens in an instant. The moment you refill, the system grants you that credit, that allowance. The very second you consume the service, your account is debited. You're not waiting for a monthly bill or anything like that. Everything is updated in real time, right down to the second. It's pretty amazing. So to make this super concrete, let's say you pay $20 into your tollway account. The system doesn't just see cash. Nope. It sees a $20 service credit, an allowance specifically for using that tollway. It's now a tangible, spendable asset, but only within that specific service. And this model is just incredibly flexible. An allowance can be personal, just for you, but systems can also create shared allowances. A perfect example is a family mobile plan, right? Where everyone on the plan is pulling from the same pool of data. It's the exact same principle, one shared allowance that multiple different people can all consume from.
Okay, so we know what's happening from the customer side, but what about the business? When you prepay them, where does that money actually go on their books? Let's take a look.
Now, this is where it gets really interesting from a business point of view. When you hand over your cash, the company can't actually count it as their money yet. And why is that? Well, because they haven't provided the service yet. So your payment sits on their books as a liability. It's basically a promise, a service that they owe you. So, the crucial point here is that revenue is matched to consumption. Let's walk through this timeline. On day one, you pay $50. On the company's balance sheet, that gets logged as deferred revenue. It's just being held in waiting. Then, maybe a couple of weeks later, you use $10 worth of that service. It's only then that the company gets to move that $10 from the deferred column over to the earned revenue column. They've finally earned it because they've delivered the service. So, why is this model so popular? I mean, really, why do so many companies use it? Well, it turns out it offers these really powerful benefits for both sides, the customer and the business. It creates this perfect balance of control and clarity. And this is really the core of why it all works so well. For you, the customer, it's all about total control, no surprise bills, ever. You can only spend what you've already put in. But for the business, it's about eliminating risk. They get paid before providing the service, which means they're not chasing down late payments. It's guaranteed cash flow for them. So, let's boil all of this down. If there's one single, most important thing to remember about the prepaid model, what is it? It all comes down to a really simple trade-off that benefits everyone. You, the customer, get maximum control and total visibility over every dollar you spend. And in exchange for that, the business gets minimum financial risk. It's a perfectly balanced win-win, and it's all built on trust and clarity.
I mean, let's face it, we live in an as-a-service world now. We subscribe to everything from software to our entertainment, and the prepaid model is just perfectly built for this future. So the only real question left is, what are we going to be prepaying for next? Thanks for tuning in.